Today is a day I've been waiting for a long time. Today, I've got the power. So welcome back to the videos. Today I've got a really horrible training session, so I'm procrastinating. I'm putting it off for as long as possible. Luckily, some cool stuff came in the post, namely a pair of Garmin Rallies. So these were released yesterday and they're a brand new pedal-based power meter from Garmin. Measuring the amount of power you're doing while you're riding a bicycle is a fantastic way to gauge the effort you're putting in and one of the most useful metrics when it comes to training. Now there's a host of different products out there that allow you to do this. Some of them on different parts of the bike. You can get power meter hubs built into a wheel, you can get power meter cranksets, and as times have gone on, power meter pedals have become more popular. Previously, Garmin only made pedals that were compatible with Look cleats. This latest release has changed things because, well, as you can see, these are mountain bike pedals. So in the box you've got the pedals themselves. Garmin have sent me the SPD version, but if you're a road cyclist you can also get SPD SL or Look Keo. They also come with a set of cleats, some sort of yellow rubber band, some pedal washers, and the instruction manual. I mean, probably won't read that. Now I'm going to start the complicated process of fitting these pedals to my bike. Yeah. Always grease your pedals. Done. You just put them on and they work. Okay, you've still got to connect them up to your head unit and do a little bit of syncing. Give it a few hard goes on the pedals, a few sprints to get everything to bed in, but essentially you just put them on and go. Which suits me, because I don't want to be faffing around with stuff. I've already got enough things to think about. If you want power to be accessible, this is the kind of thing that's going to interest people. Now, just like the previous Vectors and most power meters on the market, they'll use an ANT Plus sensor. So it'll be putting out ANT Plus signal, which I think is a little bit more reliable than Bluetooth, but similar kind of technology. For example, the turbo trainer upstairs, I've got you can use ANT Plus or Bluetooth to connect it. So it's just a way of exchanging information. That means any existing device that you've got that accepts an ANT Plus signal or recognizes the signal will be compatible with these guys. I've only had my XC bike for 3 months now. I've been riding a fair bit, nothing too crazy, and this is the state of my pedals that I've just whipped off the bike. They're not looking too bad, but they've definitely taken some hits. When you're riding trails, even if you've got clearance and you're riding a mountain bike, you still get pedal strike on stuff all the time. And I reckon that's a bit of a barrier for people when they're looking at power meter options and they do a lot of off-road. They may be hesitant to go with a pedal-based system because it's going to get messed up. But this pedal body is replaceable. The spindle is what has the power meter inside. So what that means is if you mess up the shell, you just have to replace the shell, which is available separately. In addition to that, the 3 versions of this pedal, including the road versions, have the same inner spindle. So if you wanted to change between road bike and mountain bike options, you can do that. So if I ever end up riding my road bike outside again, I can switch over the pedal bodies. I'm now going to continue procrastinating, even though I've set my pedals up, and just drink coffee.
Approximately 6 to 8 hours.
What? It's bread.
Tear and share. Bread.
Share?
I was going to share it with you, but if you don't want to share it with me, I'm going to share it with you. It's a bit hard at the moment.
So, all my mountain bike rides over the next few weeks, and gravel rides too, because they're easy to switch over, I'm going to be using these power pedals. I will let you know what I think of them. I just want to give them a good test first. I know there's numerous things they've improved over the Vectors, namely the battery covers, which I think people were having problems with the older version. They've actually changed which battery they use as well. So I think it's a bigger watch style battery, which I'm guessing because of the bigger size means more lifespan as well, maybe. I'll double check my facts and get back to you. Personally, I'm really looking forward to having power outdoors again. Haven't had it for a while, and since I got back into training pretty seriously now, being able to avoid doing certain things on the turbo will be a massive benefit. I quite like the indoor training when I'm doing steady efforts, but intervals like fly and die and absolute max out efforts are just miserable on the turbo, and there's nothing you can do about it. No matter how much cooling you have, they're going to be horrible. So outdoors, higher power numbers and max efforts, it's going to be so much nicer doing those outside, particularly on the mountain bike, because it just feels like you're having fun there. Alright, the time has come. no more procrastinating. 3 by 20 minutes at threshold on the turbo trainer. You see, this is the kind of effort that the turbo trainer suits, because finding a bit of road that is consistent enough and you can get 20 minutes riding on without any stops is quite difficult, depending on what time of day it is, because you don't want to run into traffic either. But today, turbo time. Because of that injury I had about 2 weeks ago, we've wound back the clock a little bit on the training. We had been building up with the idea of retesting my lactate threshold again, but because of that setback, we've reduced the amount of time I was spending at threshold in these sessions. Now we're back to 3 times 20 minutes, so an hour in total at threshold power, which is a lot, and we'll be looking to retest soon. Fingers crossed, this isn't too miserable.
I get hella busy. 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 Yeah. I get hella busy on beats. Always busy on these streets.
That was horrendous. I think my kicker, when it gets hot, starts to underread. And I'm not just saying that because that was a struggle. I've noticed it getting worse over the last few weeks. Heart rate was 185 beats and I was riding at threshold. And I know I've been getting fitter. So unless I'm just having a real bad couple of days or a bad week, I think there's something off. Good job I got the pedals that came this morning, because they should be a lot more accurate and I can put them on my road bike, directly compare the power from the turbo and the pedals. That was tough. Now the weather's getting better, I'm gonna try and do more training outside. Oh, food. This evening we are reverse carb loading, well I am. Bread, massive loaf of bread, pasta, bake.
The best thing is that I haven't ridden at all, so I've not earned this whatsoever. But
Yeah, you have.
How?
You've been out and about, you've been driving around all day. Did the post office as well.
Life's too short to be upset about carbs. Enjoy food, and I'll ride my bike at some point.
Put that on embroidery. I was jealous of your glasses, Daisy, so I asked Sun God if I could have some special ones.
Influenced.
These are the ones that change colour. Oh no, they don't change colour. They're the ones that change brightness.
Do they?
Yeah. When it's sunny, they get darker. Did you not know that? You've been riding them around for how long? You didn't know that?
But when they what? The when you go out in the sun, it.
Yeah, they're
They
photochromic. Yeah, they do. Well, they're basically clear now, and then when you go outside, they become.
I don't know. When I'm wearing them, I'm wearing them.
That's what it looks like to wear a. Here you go. That's what it looks like to wear them.
All I know is they just make everything look really, really nice, and then when you take them off, it's a bit disappointing.
Oh, it's like that filter on TikTok.
Yeah.